Hello and welcome to another episode of Hobbit in 5. This week's episode is brought to you by our executive producers, James A. Smith, Mark Ernst, Scott Bulger, Tony Borgersen, Bryce Nargi, and Vegard Ovland. Thanks you guys, you're all amazing. And so without any further delay, let's get to this week's top stories. Our background this week comes from Anna Rep. This image will actually appear in the next issue of the Silver Leaves Journal. Keep sending in your backgrounds and maybe one day you'll see yours on H5. If you were lucky enough to attend one of the screenings of the Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition this past week, or if you're going to be at the Two Towers screening next week, send in your photos, videos, and comments to our Facebook page. We can share them on next week's episode. Also, the OneRing.net has a special photo album of fellow fan pictures, so go see what others were up to. I also want to say a quick thank you to everyone who came out. I'm really glad I got to meet with some of y'all. And we actually went to the screening in North Carolina and talked to a few fans before the show. Check out this video.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Platt with Hobbit in 5, and we're here at AMC Theaters for the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition screening. What did y'all think when you first heard that there was going to be the Extended Edition screening again?
Extremely happy and ecstatic and over the moon.
Definitely, we were like, we have to buy our tickets right now. So what do y'all like most about the Lord of the Rings?
I really just like the entire trilogy. I like the storyline, the characters, the way it gets into the characters' detail and their background. It really gets you to know the characters and you kind of feel the way they're feeling in the movies.
I like watching them battle. My favorite character is Legolas. So.
High five. Yeah. What do you think of the addition of the characters who are actually not in the book, like Orlando Bloom as Legolas and Frodo? What do you think about that?
I don't think Peter Jackson should do it because I feel like the Hobbit tale is complete in and of itself. Like, why even add extra stuff? Because this book has been around for like, what, 60 years? It's known for at least 3-4 generations. Why change it? It's perfect the way it is.
Definitely, I agree. It's whole and complete the way it is. And it would be even nice to see like Orlando Bloom again. Like, we all love him as Legolas and everything, but
I mean,
yeah,
he's sexy, but it's just don't add him in the Hobbit. No, just don't.
I don't have any problems with that. I mean, he was in that time, so it's not really going to be a stretch for you to actually see him. I don't think he'll have a big part. It'll probably just be there because it is his father that's going on the quest. So it would be real easy to see Legolas.
Let me see your tattoo real quick. Tell us about it.
It is the Elvish word for love. It says Melith. I am slightly addicted to Lord of the Rings and Tolkien in general.
And now we're going to go check out the movie and we'll catch up with you later.
I know some of the theaters didn't show the special message from Peter Jackson before the actual movie. And so if you missed it, Mark Sommer wrote a detailed article for HollywoodJesus.com covering all the events of the evening. Visit the link in the description for more information. Sean Bean, who played Boromir in The Lord of the Rings and is also in HBO's Game of Thrones, was stabbed with a piece of glass during a bar brawl this past week. True to his rugged characters, Bean continued on with his night and even ordered another drink. Luckily, there are no major injuries. Thanks to Ringer Irfan for the tip. This past Monday, a pair of earthquakes struck within 90 minutes apart from each other near Christchurch, New Zealand. These come only 4 months after the same area was rocked by a 6.3 magnitude earthquake that killed 180 people. Although the two most recent quakes were smaller in size, they still caused some significant problems. Visit the OneRing.net for articles about these earthquakes. If you would like to donate to help the victims, please visit the Red Cross or the Christchurch Earthquake Appeal. Ringer fans have been making some pretty impressive creations lately. Ron Newcomb sent in a trailer for the film The Fellowship, Rise of the Gamers, which is a buddy comedy written in honor of online gamers and The Lord of the Rings. And Yavi Aguilar has a Flickr account where you can see some fan-made versions of Dwarves and The Mine. Check out the links in the description to see them both. In our character study this week, we'll take a look at Radagast the Brown, who is one of the wizards sent by Valar to help elves and men of Middle-earth in their struggle against Sauron. He appears in The Lord of the Rings and Unfinished Tales, and is also mentioned in The Hobbit and The Silmarillion. Radagast was greatly occupied with plants, birds, and animals, and lived on the edge of Mirkwood, close to Bjorn and the Old Forest Road. He was an ally and confidant of Gandalf, who describes Radagast as his cousin. Sylvester McCoy will play Radagast in The Hobbit. He started his theatrical career by selling tickets and keeping books in London's Roundhouse Theatre box office. Since then, he starred in The Pied Piper at the National Theatre and won the role as the Doctor in Doctor Who. McCoy has also worked extensively in television and theater, and even toured twice with the Government Inspector in 1993 and 1994. He also starred in Zorro the Musical in 1995. That's it for this installment of Hobbit and 5. I'm Rebecca Platt, and thanks for watching. And thanks again to our executive producers. If you're interested in becoming an executive producer for a future episode, make sure you visit our website, hobbit5.com, for details. Hobbit and 5 is brought to you by your generous donations. If you enjoy the show, then help us keep bringing it to you. Until next time. Caffeine is not my friend. Philip tweeted me. That's definitely not in the script.